Okay, going in the collection. Oh, it's you. You want to come in? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Collecting Madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. That's right, I'm back with another collection tour, and this time we're going to be going over all my favorite pieces in my collection. And I do want to say a huge shout out to my wife for filming that little bit at the beginning. I thought it was a little cool thing to give you guys like a, first person point of view coming into the collection. But nonetheless, in this room tour, you will find WWE, you'll find Back to the Future, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Legos, and much more. And I'm super excited to show you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So as you saw, this is the door that you walk in when you enter the collection room. And I got a little Eagles plushie there just hanging on the door. And above the door, we do have a Harry Potter platform, 9 3/4 there. And then right above, I keep some of my vintage figures, the 3.75 figures or Black Series, whatever you want to call them. And a bunch of these are actually gifts. Technically, this whole corner is mostly gifts. I have my football memorabilia, some Harry Potter wands here on the side, my Loungefly backpacks that me and my wife use when we go to Disney, as well as some of our other Disney bags with little Disney trinkets, going from the little wand here, this Harry Potter plastic wand, and then a sword that you get at Cinderella's castle. We have her Polaroid camera, some Mickey Disney ears, and some more football memorabilia. Now, going over this, my dad got this for me. This is an original set I used to live on base, and it really means a lot to me because they don't make the helmets like this anymore. They're more like new style. These are the older helmets. You can see the older logos on some of them, but it's all 32 teams, and I have them lined up in their conference and in their division order. Coming around to the back side of the door, we have some plushies here, being Rapunzel, a Piplup, Harry Potter, as well as his owl. We have, which I think is Hedwig, and then we have Chuck E. Cheese here. We have a First Order Trooper and a Porg, as well as some of my favorite DVDs. Of course, we had to have Star Wars on top, the original 6. We have Rogue One there, the Clone Wars DVD, some Marvel stuff, Spider-Man, and then it gets into horror. I might as well show you this side because there's not much on this side. This is where the closet is, where I keep all my Hot Toys boxes. I do have my wife and I's houses right here in these scarves that we got in Orlando, Florida. We have a Gryffindor here, and it's got their nice, seal. And then we have Hufflepuff, which is for my wife. And then I have Kylo Ren's Black Series saber here. And I just have them hanging all on these broomsticks that I picked up either locally in a store or on Amazon. And depending on how heavy the saber is, some of them need to, as you can see. This one I got custom at Galaxy's Edge. I built it with my wife, and I bought a yellow Kyber crystal. The matching set is in the closet. I ran out of display room, but I am thinking about adding it over here somewhere, and she built a purple one. Now moving on and continuing with these lightsabers, I do have a Darth Vader, as well as Anakin Skywalker. And you can see there was a little spot there. These two are the oldest in my collection. This one is a Hasbro Signature Series. The blade does remove, but it's differently separated than what you get with Galaxy's Edges. This piece unscrews, then the blade comes out, and you can put a blade plug in, not one of those little plastic things that fall out to protect it from dust. It actually stays in and screws in, and I really like that. This one is a 2005 Master Replicas, and the blade does not remove. Before we go further into this room, I do want to take a look at this grand piece that sits in the center of my collection room, and it is my Raw is War WWE Authentic Scaled Ring. I do have an unboxing of this on the channel, and if you would like to see that, you can go find it, or I'll post a link up here if I remember. But I do have some figs and a little bit of action going on there. And it's really just a beautiful piece to kind of tie up the center of my room, especially with this black carpet. You got the black steel steps. They are made out of plastic. I do have a ladder here, as well as a championship back there and a chair. And if you want to see more of this and how it was built, you can go check that video out. Moving on to my Lego display. This is absolutely one of my favorite displays to look at because it not only houses Legos, but other stuff as well. And we're going to start from the top and work our way down. I do have the Millennium Falcon here, as well as a Wicked Brick Display Solutions. You could see the model number here, as well as how many pieces were in the set, that being 1,351. And then the minifigs that stand on the base. I did get an LED kit, and that's also on the channel if you want to see more in depth of that. I do have a custom kind of Harry Potter Hogwarts castle all put together that my wife built with a bunch of different Harry Potter minifigs. So it's not the UCS or anything like that. I just bought different sets for her and then we put it together. So this is really cool. Eventually I might end up getting the UCS, but for now this does the trick. And in this first top shelf here, we do have the X-Wing with Luke, as well as a custom Return of the Jedi figure that I picked up at AwesomeCon in DC, and then the 3 original trilogy figures right there. I have a TIE Fighter with a custom Rapunzel in there, the Land Speeder with Luke and Obi-Wan and C-3PO. I got a Stormtrooper there, a TIE Pilot, Obi-Wan's Attack of the Clone ship, as well as a Kaminoan, a person from Kamino, and R4. I have Boba Fett's ship with a little Boba Fett up in there, a sand person right there, Tusken Raider, and that's it. And then I just got these puck lights in all the displays. Next up, we have some Funko Pops. Got Chewbacca back there. We got the Force Ghost trio. We have some Hot Wheels Hero Starships, Luke Skywalker. And then I got some older figures that I picked up when I was, younger. Probably around 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out. I kind of got the majority of these when Clone Wars was really, really popular too. We got like a trooper up here just sitting on the ledge. Commander Cody, Padme Amidala from Revenge of the Sith. We got a Yoda, I believe, from Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Revenge of the Sith. Anakin, Revenge of the Sith. Ahsoka, the Padawan. I don't have her blue lightsaber, but, it was 2005, so there's a bunch of stuff everywhere. And then a Boba Fett. I got this gunship that is die-cast. It is showing its age as it's missing a little turret in the front. And then this Phantom Menace Darth Maul that my buddy got with me, along with the Darth Maul that was up there in the card. So this is kind of an uncarded one. Next up in this case, it's a little dark. This light is kind of dying. But I do have some die-cast mini helmets back there. You can see Captain Phasma. I have Finn's First Order Trooper helmet, a pilot helmet, some rebel helmets, Stormtrooper, Kylo Ren, the speeder bike helmet that Luke and Leia wore, and then Darth Vader himself. Comes to some of my favorite things in the collection and kind of what started collecting for me, it would have to be these mini scale 0.45 scale lightsabers by Master Replicas. I went crazy with these and I'm still collecting more. My first one was Anakin Skywalker from Revenge of the Sith, and then it just kind of took over from there. One of my all-time favorite ones is Attack of the Clones Anakin Skywalker and Luke's Return of the Jedi saber. But these are all completely made out of die-cast. They are actually accurate to the film, and they are scaled down to the proper size of their lightsaber hilts respectively. So we have Qui-Gon Jinn back there. We have a Han Solo blaster. Master Yoda from Revenge of the Sith. This one right here is Rey Skywalker, but obviously you can see it's definitely Luke Skywalker's from Empire. It has the studs and stuff, so that's kind of what I use it as. And it's my only EFX 0.45 scale lightsaber that I have. It is also the lightest out of all these that I have here. I have Darth Vader's from A New Hope. I have Count Dooku from Attack of the Clones, Darth Sidious from Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith. When you first saw this display, you probably noticed this massive piece right here, and that is my Lego Disney Castle. This is the biggest Lego set that I own in the collection, and I'm super in love with it. As I've said before in other videos of unboxing it, it reminds me of my honeymoon with my wife, and I put an LED kit in it, and I also added some sounds to it, and it comes with this remote. I can play one for you. And they all live happily ever after. Each of us has a dream. So it does that, and then I have the ending, and you get some shows as well. So I got Moana in there. Obviously, you know what that is, but just really, really cool. I'm happy I got this, and I'll never get bored of it. So we're just gonna keep that off. Next coming here, I have Anakin's Starship, another Wicked Display Brick Solution set. The number being 75281, and this had 248 pieces. The Lego Gunship. It isn't the original white one that I'd like, but that's why I had that mini die-cast ship. The minifigs that come with it as well. I have Mandalorian back there. I have Darth Maul from Clone Wars, Ahsoka from Clone Wars, and the Jedi Starfighter from Revenge of the Sith. That is Obi-Wan's with R5 to match Anakin's. Coming down here, I have an AT-ST as well as an AT-AT. This thing isn't the UCS. Obviously, it's a smaller scale. It's the play scale, but I got a Wicked Display Brick solution for this as well. And huge shout out to them real quick. Not sponsored, but I absolutely love their stuff and what they create. And my minifigs don't fall all over the place when I have these. And I just like it giving that more premium look. You get the set number and how many pieces are in that as well. And I got a little Imperial probe looking droid here, Chewbacca there, and then a custom Jabba the Hutt and Hutt Slayer Leia. In this shelf you will find some more mini prop replica things. You can get these at Walmart. I got Cap's shield, Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and I got the gauntlet that Thanos wore. I also have Lego Iron Man here. I got the animated series Spider-Man. I love that show. And since nobody's really doing House of Dragon stuff, I decided to kind of get Funko Pop in it. And I got Kallax here. And then I have a little Deadpool comic kind of desk thing, which looks pretty cool. Down here is also pretty cool. These last two shelves belong to my wife. She is a collector as well, and I gave her these shelves, you know, so she could show off some of her stuff. She has her custom wand. I mean, I wouldn't really say custom, but we picked it out from Ollivander's workshop when we went to the Orlando park there in Hogwarts. And so that is an interacting wand. She can do different spells and stuff at the parks when we go. Have a little Harry Potter statue back there. Some Pez candies, Ron and Hermione. Professor Snape there. Some cards here that are holographic. The Lego house that Harry Potter grew up in. And then you got Hedwig sitting on top there. We got a little Hufflepuff snow globe that she got for Christmas. I also, when we first reunited, got her this music box in the bottom that plays Harry Potter's theme song. Got a book on the golden snitch that came with the golden snitch itself, and when you turn this on, the snitch does actually levitate. Down here we have some of my wife's Funko Pops. She's got Walt Disney with Dumbo and Timothy the plush, like he's holding plushes. We got Cinderella, also a Disney 100. We got Mickey and Friends, so this is Minnie Mouse. We have Belle from Beauty and the Beast, that being my favorite Disney princess. My wife's is Rapunzel. Therefore, why we got Rapunzel in the front here. We have Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Snow White, Tiana, Merida, Pocahontas back there. But we have Rapunzel and Pascal there in Funko as well as the original Ariel. These are from when we got married. Just got some pins here when we ate at Cinderella's castle. That was from a balloon I just threw down there, and another pin that we wore when we were married, and just an open Funko Pop here of Peter Pan and his shadow. We have the Disney 100 mini scale Lego castle, and it comes with a little minifigure of Mickey Mouse. And then one of my favorite pieces here that I bought for this, because I love Beauty and the Beast, is the rose that is in Beast's castle. Following over to my desk here, I do have my chair with my Eagles blanket here, of course. And then I just have a whole bunch of random stuff on my desk here. The MacBook, I still have to upgrade. I eventually want an iMac and update my system. I just haven't gotten to a lot of things. I got a little R2-D2 here that does make noise. I don't know if he does anymore. Oh, he did a little bit. You kind of saw it. But I keep him just sitting there like that. Lego UPS truck, because I do work for UPS. My Star Wars light box thing here. We got a Yoda. I don't know where it's from, but it used to have a lightsaber and talk to you. Ring light. I do have a mini tech deck here that I use to skateboard back and forth when I get bored while sitting at the desk. This is the DX28 base that I have no clue what to do with yet. A little, not a Polaroid, but it's one of those things you pull it and see different pictures. My wife got that for me for Valentine's Day one year. I got a Lola droid here from Hasbro. It is the animatronic one, so she does a whole bunch of noises and neat little tricks or whatever, and I keep her displayed. My buddy got this for me. It is an original trilogy lamp, and these do light up individually as well as it has its own bulb. And then I keep some more lightsabers up here, that being Obi-Wan Kenobi's from Galaxy's Edge, a Black Series Count Dooku, and a Black Series Mace Windu. I then have this from my wife. It is an animated image of her as Anakin and Padme with an AT-AT falling in the background. I think this is really, really neat. And then another little comic inspired The Amazing Spider-Man Crisis on Campus poster here, and I really enjoy seeing that. I do have other lightsabers. I have a Luke Skywalker one just hanging down here for now because it did kind of start to come off the wall and I didn't want it to fall. And then Darth Maul's did the same thing. It completely ripped my wall, and Darth Maul's full staff is currently inside my closet waiting for me to patch that stuff up. Coming over here, I have Elvis's 1955 pink Cadillac. I'm waiting for the Elvis 1/6 scale figure to come in, and eventually that will be in the Detolfs and in the display along with Elvis himself. I have this gauntlet that I got from Orlando. It is Thanos' gauntlet. And then I have a couple shelves over here. I don't have any lighting really over here, so they just kind of sit in this corner, but I still like it because I can look at it and it's on display. I got a Turbo Man that my brother got for me for Christmas. Really love that movie as a kid. I have this original Star Wars Episode 1 Darth Maul from Hasbro, this 12-inch figure, still sealed in the box that I used to play with when I was younger. That one's long gone. This is a new one my buddy got me, and it is sealed, so I do not plan on opening that. And then I have my little statue here. That was a gift from my brother. I love Tom and Jerry. He got this for me for Christmas along with his fiance. And then I just bought this because I was impatient with the 6 scale Black Adam. I got a little statue of Black Adam himself here in the collection. And now that Black Adam's out, I kind of don't even need him. Guys, if you're still with me, I appreciate it. We're almost done and we're about to be on these Detolfs. I just want to go over along the bottom here of my cases. I do have puck lights in the bottom of them. This is my 1-to-1 scale replica helmet of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then this one is a Kelly Green older vintage helmet that my dad got from his dad, and it was passed down to me. And I put my little Devonta Smith figurine down there. Just a huge Eagle fan. Really, really enjoy it. I forgot to mention over here I keep some tackle boxes as well as empty box from Galaxy's Edge. A towel by the Eagles that I got from when I went to their divisional round playoffs in 2022, their Super Bowl run year. I was at the Giants game when they won, so that's a really special towel to me. And then over here on my desk again, I got some Pokemon. I forgot to mention, I got Blaziken, which, believe it or not, from 2007, the original batteries still work. That's insane, totally weird. They don't make toys like they used to. But you can see in the back I keep some more tackle boxes for my accessories, and then Groudon on the right here. Continuing on to these bottom cases here, I got this Lego Harry Potter chess set, which is actually cool because you can move the pieces and actually play chess on it. And my wife's brothers, I play with them from time to time, and yeah, it's really cool. My wife learned how to play chess as well, so sometimes we'll duel on that. She's actually pretty good. I have a Black Panther helmet here. The eyes do move. This is also from Orlando. My brother got this as a gift for me, I believe, for my birthday. My wife loves the Avatar, so we got a little Aang statue here from The Last Airbender. When me and my wife went to Disney in the parks, we created our own custom avatars, and they come with their each unique ID badges. When I get the Hot Toys, I may display these with it, but I'm unsure yet. For now, these just look really, really cool down here, and we're part of the Pandora community. I have Michael Myers from Halloween 2018, his mask. It's a little rough right now. I need an actual mannequin head and to mess with it more, but it still looks mysterious with the dark eyes, and I love it. This looks really weird to you right now because it doesn't fit properly in this display, but it is the Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader helmet. It comes apart in 3 pieces. My eventual plan is to have that stand that separates it in 3 pieces, and then it'll be displayed properly. But for now, I kind of have to keep it tucked here, and it pushes the helmet down. And I don't really care for it, but it also looks like the Japanese version or something, so I'm not entirely mad. Next up, we have a Rebel helmet I also picked up in the Disney park at Batuu in Galaxy's Edge. And then we have a Wolf Trapper helmet here. And then I have the Mandalorian. This was a Christmas gift from my wife's family. I have the light installed because my Hot Toys doesn't have it, and I wanted a diverse look in the collection. But I really love this helmet. I love how metallic it looks, and just can't get enough of it. It's one of my favorite helmets. I have this statue that we got from Pandora in Disney World as well. My wife loves Avatar, so I picked this statue up for her. And then I got a Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet. I don't remember what brand it is, though. We're gonna start getting to some of the juicy stuff. I got a Harry Potter pen of the Nimbus 2000 down there. For my wife, I also got her this Harry Potter broomstick. It is the Firebolt, and we bought this in Orlando as well when we went. My 1/6 scale DeLorean. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love all the lights, and the display stand unfortunately was too tall for my Detolfs. The corner of the hood just tapped the ceiling, so literally like a few centimeters and I would have cleared it, but for now I just have it on these clear acrylic stands, and it actually from certain distances looks like it's actually hovering, so I appreciate that. If you know me and if you tune in to Hot Toys Hotline on Thursday nights, you know I'm a big, massive WWE fan, and I do have a couple belts up here. I have the World Heavyweight Championship from WCW, It has Ric Flair's nameplate because he is the 16-time world champ, and he's most known with this championship. John Cena is also my favorite, another 16-time champ, hence why I got this WWE Championship spinner belt, and it's actually my favorite belt in the collection. Unfortunately, I missed out on the Rated R Superstars belt, but I didn't miss when they did a mini scale of it, and it has Edge's nameplate there. And you can catch all these belts on the channel. I have unboxings and reviews and the nameplates of those, as well as the original Blue Universal or the Blue Universal Championship, and I have Roman Reigns' older side plates on them because he just got new ones, and I'm still thinking about getting the Undisputed Championship and putting his new ones on there, or just entirely picking up a different belt and moving on, because this is still the original one he was holding that he broke the record with. Moving on, we have my Scout Trooper from Return of the Jedi. This is the first Hot Toys in the collection that's outside of the Detolfs. It is with the speeder bike, and this is a really gorgeous set. My wife got one of these little guys. It's like Babu Frick's species. She's obsessed with these creatures, and she had to have one. She also got to build her own droid when we went to Batuu. And we got a little BB-8 Disney souvenir cup there, as well as a little Star Wars poster frame just to fill in space. We're getting on to the Detolfs. I will be opening each cabinet to kind of go through, and I just wanted to give you a brief summary. I have them in order from 1 through 6 to the TV show, into my random stuff, all the way into Marvel and DC. And yeah, let's get started. Starting off with Qui-Gon Jinn. I have him here in this pose with his lightsaber, Jedi robe in the back. Very simple. I had Darth Maul, but of course the new one's on pre-order, so I sold my Sideshow, and now he just sits by himself in the display until that one comes next year, hopefully on time. I have Attack of the Clones Count Dooku here, as well as Attack of the Clones Yoda. I have the little Death Star hologram there at the bottom. A Phase 1 Clone Trooper with a battle droid there at the bottom, battle droid head and weapon, as well as the Geonosis battle droid here running for his life with C-3PO's head there on the bottom. Got a little sand diorama, that's pretty cool. And then I have the famous bounty hunter Jango Fett here. Can't wait to get Mace Windu. I'll probably put him in here as well, but for now Jango just sits by himself. Usually don't display figures without their helmet, but he did it a few times in the film, and I think it's a really cool look. Plus, Tamora Morrison's sculpt is really fantastic with this figure. I have the most famous droids in Star Wars, the Attack of the Clones C-3PO that is die-cast. Was really surprised by the weight of this guy, as well as the Hot Toys Attack of the Clones R2-D2, and I gave him those blaster effects because those are just really cool, and I have the little remote in here that lights him up and gives him his sound. I have Queen Amidala. At this point she was just a senator, so we're going to say Senator Padme Amidala here in her Attack of the Clones gear, and her robe just there in the background. I put these droid pieces from the factory there on the bottom, and she's just given a simple walking pose as well. I have Ahsoka from the Clone Wars. I have some droids here left over that she just cut up. A fairly basic pose here because she does have seamless arms, and I didn't want to ruin those, so that's why this. I'm thinking about putting her in a kneeling pose. I saw Boston do that, so I may steal that from him. I have a 501st Trooper here, as well as some more droid pieces all on the floor, as well as the turret on them. So the reason I do this is because I play heavy in Battlefront 2, and I really wanted to replicate this look. General Grievous. You're shorter than I expected, and a mess. This guy's super hard to pose, but I can't lie, once you get him posed up and stuck in the display, he looks incredible. Unfortunately, this is the piece by Sideshow, and I'm hoping Hot Toys does one, but for now, he will do. I have a Super Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones in here. I love the paint apps on this guy. He's super incredible. He's tall. And if you haven't noticed, there's a theme. There's a lot of sand bases with Hot Toys, but we've grown to just kind of accept it at this point. I have one of my first grails here, that being Revenge of the Sith Kenobi. I got the deluxe set, so here on the right you can see a hologram of Sidious and Anakin there, and I just have him in this pose as he was getting off of Padme's ship right before he was about to fight Anakin. We have a New Hope Chewbacca. I had a custom Han Solo in here, but I got rid of it because they announced a Hot Toys Return of the Jedi Han Solo, and I couldn't resist, so I'm super excited to get that one displayed next to my Chewbacca, because he's pretty lonely in here right now. But as you can see, I got his blaster, so he's holding down this case pretty well on his own. Diving into some more grails, I have Ben Kenobi from A New Hope. I have him here holding Luke's lightsaber when he gave it to him. And then I used this from my Sideshow R2. It is a hologram of Leia saying, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope." And speaking of the little sidekick, this is R2-D2. I figured since we didn't get a Return of the Jedi R2, I would use my Sideshow one in this display and give him the drink tray holders. I think it looks pretty cool. I did have the Sideshow Return of the Jedi C-3PO. I think it was technically from all three films, at least what Sideshow did. And my Return of the Jedi C-3PO has unfortunately not shipped yet. Been waiting forever for that one. But as you can see, when he does come in, he has a custom nameplate here, as well as Anthony Daniels' signature here that I got at AwesomeCon. I have Leia from the 2-pack of Leia and Wicket, also Return of the Jedi. I have her in her poncho from Endor. I kind of like this look, and it fits the base. You don't see the joints as much, and just a really, really good sculpt of Carrie Fisher, and I really, really dig this look. We have Wicket down here, this little fluffy looking teddy bear that all the girls love. I have the helmets down there with him, the little drum things, and he's holding his spear. Now, also a diorama piece, and eventually he may go up with Leia as I get more figures because the bases kind of go together, but for now, that is where he will stay. Return of the Jedi Luke, my favorite look for Luke, my favorite original trilogy film. If you notice, I basically only try to collect Return of the Jedi. I do have a few A New Hope characters, but that's because they didn't do them in Return of the Jedi, so I had to, like Chewbacca and Ben Kenobi, but they still fit, and I'll call them Return of the Jedi because it's my world in here. And I put the little Death Star diorama display in the back there when he was fighting his father and getting electrocuted by the Emperor. And speaking of getting electrocuted by the Emperor, here is the man himself. This sculpt is incredible and really looks like Ian McDiarmid in that scene and in that film in general. Have his cane here on the floor. I know he didn't really have it there, but it's like he was walking with it, dropped it, and then dropped some force powers on some people. I had Sideshow's Return of the Jedi Vader here, but again, another space left open for when he arrives. I'm super excited for that Return of the Jedi Vader to be announced. Can't wait for it, especially with that electrocuted helmet. Next up, our favorite Mandalorian and little baby, Grogu here. This is the metallic painted one. It comes with all these accessories. I got the deluxe because I just love my accessories, and I've had them like this for quite some time. I think it just does a really good job of showing off all the accessories, so I couldn't be happier with this display. Next up, my favorite Vader in the collection at the moment. When Return of the Jedi comes, we will see, but I doubt it will pass it because the prequels are my love. Even though this wasn't in the prequel, it's kind of in between it, but you know what I mean. It's Hayden Christensen, it's Vader, it's Anakin, It's evil, it's good, it's all over the place, and I just drool over this thing every time I see it. Now you're probably wondering if it's in order from Return of the Jedi and stuff. Shouldn't he be somewhere over there with those figs? Yes, he should, but I had to hook him up, so for now, I've just been lazy with it and left him here. When I turn on the display, he turns on, and for some reason, my brother gave me this Detolf. There isn't really a light here, and you can kind of see more of that lightsaber, so he's just kind of stayed here for now. But guys, if you don't have this figure, what are you waiting on? Many people are a fan of the sequels, but I was of The Force Awakens, and I absolutely loved Kylo Ren. I think Daisy Ridley did good for what she was dealt with, and I just love my droids, so how could you not have BB-8? And since I was getting Rey anyway, I figured I'd pick up the 2-pack. Now, I didn't like The Last Jedi, but the outfit that she wore at the end and beginning, or the end of Force Awakens and beginning of The Last Jedi is my favorite. So I located that outfit and put it on her, and I really dig this look. Originally, she had her lightsaber in her, but as you saw, I gave it to Ben. And then, yeah, just this little snow diorama. When I bought Kylo, somebody gave it to me with him for free. So that was really nice of him. And it kind of matches the sand base that BB-8 sits on. So it makes for a really cool, unique kind of twinning set here. Now we're getting out of Star Wars and into some TV show stuff. We have Rick Grimes here. I put this little label here. My wife has a label maker, and it just kind of, because it's so bare bones, just walking pose with the shotguns. I may change it up, may get a, horse for him to ride on or something, or pose him with a gun. I haven't figured out yet, but for now, it's my only Walking Dead figure, and I plan to get more. We have my Back to the Future display here. We have Doc Brown with his shocked face and some paperwork. Einstein with his stopwatch. And then Marty McFly on the skateboard holding that camcorder. We got some plutonium there in the background, and then the remote control for the DeLorean. And then I just threw this piece of paper on the floor that was Save the Clock Tower that came with it. All the sets deluxe, I had to have Einstein, and I had to have Doc with the plutonium box and stuff like that. I mean, how could you not? This is such an iconic film. I'm mad I waited so long to watch this movie, but when I did, I absolutely fell in love. And as you can see, I bought the whole set from the first film and a DeLorean. Next is my horror display. Again, you'll notice here I did Michael Myers with my wife's label maker. So we have from Halloween. This is my favorite version of Michael in the newer films. I love that 2018 film. Pretty cool. His fingers are blown off here, and I just have him looking at it like he's not even phased. I have one of my all-time favorite killers, that being Freddy Krueger by Sideshow with die-cast claws. I have a Sam from NECA. He's holding his little lollipop. And then I have Ghostface here, always running, always chasing people, stumbling and falling. So I had to give him this pose. And this is so far signed by David Arquette. I also met him at AwesomeCon. He played Dewey in Scream franchise. And I plan to get more signatures on this one as I meet other characters, especially like Nev Campbell and Skeet Ulrich. We are entering my Game of Thrones display. This is my favorite TV show, I think, of all time. Like, I could watch this forever. I also love House of Dragons, so that's why I was saying earlier, I hope somebody does 6-scale figures of them, because they would absolutely come right into the display. I have Jon Snow here. I have Daenerys from season 5. I have Tyrion, the deluxe version, pouring some wine, as always, and older brother Jaime Lannister here with his sword. My brother made this custom table for me to house all the map markers that Tyrion comes with, and then I just threw some extra accessories on there like dragon's glass and another cup to hold more wine. Next we have Sansa. This is my wife's figure. She loves Sansa. That's her favorite character. And then I have her sister Arya. So I have the Starks together up here, the king and queen that was supposed to be, the two brothers, and then I have Bran the Broken down here, or the Raven, as you would like to call him, or the new king, depending on which ending or which part of the series you liked with him in it. But he is in the wheelchair, and he's holding the dagger that was given to Arya. Now, he does come with an additional sculpt with the wide eyes that he would do in the show, but I just have him displayed normally for now, and I could always change it if I get bored of it. More iconic grails from me. We have the T800 on this Fat Boy Harley. I bought those saddlebags from Walmart, threw them on there. Looks perfect. Have them with the shotgun. You can't beat it. It's iconic, and I always wanted to be this guy when I was younger. That's exactly what I told Robert Patrick when I met him. So his autograph is there on the base, as well as his figure in that iconic pose. These guys are some of my favorite figures in the display, and I'll never get rid of them. Such a great film, a perfect film that some would call, can't deny it. We have Jamie Foxx as Electro. This is one of the best sculpts that Hot Toys has done, in my personal opinion. I really love the fade that he has. It just looks incredible. All the detail thrown in on this one. Speaking of detail, there is a crap ton with this figure. I am an absolute Disney fanatic, as well as my wife. And me knowing that there was a Belle out there that Hot Toys did, I had to have it. She's my all-time favorite Disney princess. And this was done gorgeously, in my opinion. Got seamless arms here, so it's a basic pose. That's why she's just standing there. I have her necklace on. You got the rose here. Mrs. Potts and Chips, Lumiere. We have Plumet and Mr. Cogsworth. And then this is from Disney itself. It's an older fig. I bought it on Macari for a super good deal, but it is Beast, and he just stands next to Belle. It's a perfect scale. They did a really good job. It's all sculpted, so it's not the flocked one. And standing next to the Hot Toys, like, it looks pretty awesome. Next is my Henry Cavill BVS Superman with the Kryptonite here. I am selling this figure currently at the moment, so if you're watching and you would like to, you can hit me up. It's still available at the time of filming this video. Just always, you can find me on Instagram, stuff like that. The reason being is because I got the in-art. Super excited for that one. You get a lot more bang for your buck with that one. Not saying that this one's bad. He's done incredible. I've had him here in the Detolf, so just hoping he goes to a good home. Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. We're going to dive into some Marvel stuff. So I have my 2012 Avengers Loki. This is my definitive Loki, the best version of Loki in my opinion, when he's, you know, evil and stuff. He's a great character. Unfortunately, I still haven't seen season 2 of Loki. I do plan to watch it, just haven't gotten around to it, but Loki is one of my favorites for sure. I have my girl Haley Steinfeld here, Kate Bishop. This is an awesome figure to pose up. I gave her a little dynamic thing here with her bow and arrow. Really enjoyed that show. Out of the 3 we got, it's a little dark in here for some reason, I guess because the lighting going on in the back, but we have my TASM 2 Spidey here, and if you can see, he has the Vincent toy eyes there on display with the white eyes. They look a lot better than when they did with the gray lenses, and Hot Toys should have done this in the first place. I have the statue of the lizard diorama that Hot Toys did as well, and this thing is painted incredibly as well. I also have him reaching for the canister and Spidey trying to take it from him, so really love how this display looks. Coming down here, we have a controversial sculpt, that being Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, and just got his tentacles all displayed here. Had to put the spike in there to give it some texture, and this figure just looks really awesome and posed really nice. And surprisingly, even though not a lot of people cared for the sculpt, when people see the collection, they're pretty drawn to him. He just takes up a lot of space in the display, and it's pretty cool. I have my die-cast Iron Man. This is from Endgame. It is the Mark 85, and then a custom, terribly done suit of Tony Stark. I just put the Endgame sculpt on him, gave him the Tesseract, and put his hand in his pocket. This body sucks, the suit sucks, but it was given to me. Had nothing to do with it, so I just threw the sculpt on and added him into the display. And it's not that bad if you ask me. Just real quick, because I wanted you to see Spidey, I changed the exposure a little bit on the way the window looks, so sorry for the brightness, but you can see the eyes and how he really looks in the display. Moving over to this display cabinet, I have 2012 Captain America in a basic pose with his shield, the Tesseract inside the briefcase, and then Chadwick Boseman's original suit, Black Panther, also in a basic pose. And I had to have the sculpt pose with it because it's just a beautiful tribute to the figure and to Chad himself. I loved the film, so I just have the helmet down here at the bottom. I have Venom, the 1.0 from the first movie. And if you see this sculpt, you know what other figure is in the collection. And if you look a little bit to the right, you can get a sneak peek of it. But that is Eddie Brock inside Venom there. Looks really, really cool. Awesome that Hot Toys did this mini bust. I put this sticker on Venom. It's a vinyl decal from Elvis Benitez. I think that's how you say his last name. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram. Hit him up. He is still selling these, so if you like this look for your Venom, it's a classic look. I know I wanted it. Super easy to install. Did a video of it. If I remember, I'll tag it. But this figure is huge. One of my favorites. Can't get enough of it. Just for comparison, he's massive. Just got the tongue out here and the sculpt. The detail's incredible. Hot Toys did an amazing job. I have the third-party Toys Era Green Goblin. And to be honest, when Hot Toys first announced their Green Goblin, I was a little nervous because I thought they would do better, but I didn't want to get rid of this one because I already had one in the collection, and he still is worth some money. The only thing I don't like, it says the Fiend may change that one day to Green Goblin, but the metallic mesh grill in there, the yellow eyes, the way he poses. Now that the Hot Toys one is out there, I think there's a few things that are better with this one than that one. The glider is more accurate to the Sam Raimi edition on this one than it is the Hot Toys one. The Hot Toys one is kind of more for No Way Home style. I prefer this look instead, and I don't have any plans on picking up the Hot Toys one. I'm happy with this. I do wish the pumpkin bombs were a little bit more detailed, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with this figure. Coming down to a gift from my brother, this is Mysterio, the Illusionist. Really awesome. I sold the Jake Gyllenhaal head sculpt because I only know Mysterio from comic and animated stuff as only having this fishbowl dome, and I was never going to use the sculpt. I don't regret it to this day. Even if I still had it, I would never use it and have no intention of using it because this is the Mysterio that I know and grew up with. And moving on to the final display cabinet. There's only 3 figures in the display. These are the heavy hitters, the bigger figures that needed shelf raising or lowering, and so I threw them in here. It's one of my favorite shelves because I love the bigger pieces. But we have Thanos from Infinity War. I had to choose this Thanos because this is the Thanos that won. He just whooped everybody and went ham. I put the backdrop diorama in the background there. It's not the best thing, but it filled in the space and I didn't know what else to do with it besides keep it in the box, and I figured that was a waste. But really love this figure, really massive. Next up is one of my favorites, and when he came out, he was my figure of the year. I think if anybody's on the fence about him, they should definitely pick him up. The detail is incredible, and all these tendrils and weapons that he comes with, it's just highly detailed. It's gruesome, it's disgusting, and I'm absolutely here for it. And then my final piece in the display, Another grail, thanks to my buddy Connor, Hot Toys Hotline. He hooked me up with this super good deal. It is the Bruce Banner and Hulk 2-pack, the regional premium exclusive. And what that means is you get the Chitauri base at the bottom there. I put a Tesseract down here, Spear, because I basically had so many of them from other figures. I just wanted to add some texture into the diorama there. I have him holding the steel beams from Avengers, and this is the iconic, definitive Hulk for me with the ripped pants. He's mean mugging, he's big and green, and I'll never get rid of this. And then I just have Bruce Banner just looking at the time because it's Hulk smash time, basically. But that'll do it for the collection room tour. If you made it this far to the end, again, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. We have a goal of 1,050 subs, so if I didn't say that already in the beginning, I apologize. Here's a quick overview. And with that being said, guys, take care, and I will catch you in the next one.